to the channel, guys. Boondocks Overland. This is my 2005 double cab Tundra. For those who have subscribed to the channel, pretty sure you haven't seen it much on here, and the reason is because there's really nothing special about it until recently. Have been working on this truck and turning it into a pretty awesome overland build. So today's video is going to be revolving around the rear leaf springs that I made for this truck. Hopefully, by no means is this going to be a how-to video, but I sure hope that it can give you guys some good pointers for those fellow first-gen owners, and hopefully you guys can build your own just like I did. It worked out great. Reason why I went this route is because I did not want to put blocks. I wanted to make my own leaf springs to support the camper shell, and I'll show you here briefly my camping setup. I have my kitchen drawer to the left, my sleeping platform up top, and then the other drawer is used for camping supplies. And yeah, guys, so without that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Hope you guys enjoy it, and like I mentioned, hopefully it can help you guys out and make your own leaf springs. So really briefly, y'all, this is the way my Tundra sat before I made my leaf springs. As you can tell here in the video, it's sitting pretty low at the rear. I actually measured it. It was 2-inch difference from the rear to the front. So the new leaf springs really helped out. And at the end of the video, guys, I'm gonna show you exactly how it looks like and what I did with the shocks at the rear as well. So make sure you guys stay to the end of the video and make sure to hit that subscribe. So let's jump into it. Okay, guys, so it's really straightforward. This is the leaf pack out of the Access Cab Tundra. You're gonna want to remove this 14mm nut, and I just kind of use some vice grips to hold the bolt, that is, and it just pops on loose, and you kind of pick whichever leaves you're going to want to use. In this case, you're also going to need a longer bolt to hold the leaf springs together, and I'll show you exactly how I did that. So just look for a longer bolt. In this case, I used a 14mm bolt, and I'll just briefly describe here what I did. On the bolt head itself, you want to go ahead and just grind it down so it could kind of match the original bolt head. That way it can fit inside the axle. And just trying to find a bolt that doesn't have a built-in washer in it. It just makes it a whole lot easier, but it's pretty straightforward, guys. So once you get that bolt sorted out, you find one that you need, you want to go ahead and move over to your leaf springs on your truck and just open up these tabs. Open them up as much as you can on both sides. That way whenever you start taking them apart, it's a lot easier to maneuver. You don't have to be messing around with it. So after that, it's real straightforward. Like I mentioned, just take out the U-bolts, drop down the axle as far as you can so you can work comfortably, and we'll start pulling these leaf springs apart. Okay, so here's the donor leaves taken apart. I ended up using these two and incorporating them into my double cab leaf springs. And just one thing to note, guys, you are going to have to cut these little tabs off. That way when you put them all together, these don't get in the way, and it just makes assembly a lot better, a lot cleaner, and a lot more easier on you.
So here it is, guys. It's a total of 6 leaves put together. I used all my original ones on the Tundra, and I used 2 leaves right here out of a Access Cab Tundra. And on the shocks, I went on good old Marketplace, found me some Old Man Emu shocks, nitro shocks. These are some hand-me-downs, and I got them for $10 each, so I thought that was a really good steal. They were still in good condition, and this actually came out of a 2013 Tundra. They are a lot longer than the stock ones that come in these trucks, so in a way I got an upgrade, longer shock. I got just enough down travel that'll work before it hits the bumps, so it's not bottom out on the shock itself. Had to make some custom quick tabs, shock tabs here. because these are a lot thicker than the first gen Tundras. So just made something real quick here, nothing fancy. It's in the same location the first gen Tundra was, but just wanted to get underneath here, guys, and showed you. Next thing I'm gonna do is do an extended rear brake line, since I have a lot more down travel, and it's pretty flexy with these leaf springs. So I'm gonna extend the brake line here shortly. But yeah, just wanted to turn on the camera, guys, and show you how she sits. It sits ½ inch taller in the rear than it does in the front, and in the front I have absolutely nothing done. It's all bone stock. I just got the good old strut spacers. I believe these are 3-inch. I got off of eBay years ago. I had them on there for like 7 years. So nothing too fancy in the front. Don't want to go too much in detail, guys, but this truck, hopefully by next year, it's going to be on 1-ton Dana 60 front axle. So I don't really want to throw too much money in the front end right now. So yeah, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully you guys thought this video was helpful, and maybe it gave you some ideas, pointers, if you guys wanted to go that route. This is absolutely a cheap, economic way of doing things. I've been seeing a lot of people buying or purchasing the Deaver springs or something like that. Really don't know. They're like $1,000, and the wait time for them is ridiculous. So must be really good springs. But I just wanted to slap something on and real quick, because I got a trip this weekend coming up, and the truck was sagging pretty bad. So I just made some homemade leaf spring pack, and so far, guys, the ride quality is really good. I really love it. Just commuting back and forth to work, I could really tell a difference. So I won't know until I get it out on the trail, but it can't be worse than it was. So enough blabbering around. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I really hope it helps some of y'all out. And yeah, so we'll see you on the next video, guys. Thank you for tuning in.